The girls on the streets of America are becoming more and more lost. They seem to have reached a stage of confusion. Their clothes are tattered. Some have just started wandering. They look very lost on the streets. She stops in her tracks. She doesn't even know where to go next. She always feels like she doesn't belong on these streets. But when she returns to her small bedroom, I realize she is already very familiar with the streets. It's quite comfortable to watch. The streets are full of good-looking girls. But before long, they might end up like him, confused and sleepy even while eating. They fall asleep while eating. Initially, she was a beautiful girl like him. There are more and more young people on the streets. Among them are some highly educated individuals. This person here had a leg amputated due to sugar consumption. But even so, no one could save him. Can only continue to wander the streets. There are also unfortunate couples on the streets. At first glance, they indeed do not look like wanderers. But looking into their eyes, they are undoubtedly wanderers as well. Children here have eaten too much candy, can't even stand up straight, like a small flower wilting quickly, swaying in the wind. He's carrying a garbage bag on his back. It probably contains all his belongings. Just walking aimlessly like this, eating candy without purpose. The issue has seriously damaged these people's brains. They can't even walk normally on the street. Watching his gait is even more confusing than Zhao Sis. He can hardly walk normally. The future of these young people is really worrying. I wonder what their friends and family think when they see them like this. What thoughts will they have? Presumably their families also know their current situation. We have seen too much on the media and television. Americans say, "I love you," to each other. It seems like, "love you," is just a comment to them. Despite saying, "love," so much, it never materializes. The emotions between American family members are really shallow. In China, the whole society will help you get back on track. There are indeed problems with the happy education in the United States. Their schools, don't they teach them about the dangers of drugs? I heard that American high school students all eat candy. Many international students, once they arrive there, also naturally get involved with drugs. Without the support of Chinese families, they are likely to end up like those on the streets. We are still too well protected. Some people even think that the situation in the United States is just about slacking off and lying flat. In fact, this is completely different from our idea of slacking off and lying flat. At most, we are temporarily not putting in effort, taking a break to adjust oneself. They end up on the streets, which is like falling into an abyss. Not to mention they can't even take care of their basic needs. Still have to face the temptation of street drugs. And from what I observed, none of them completely abstain from sugar. Because of this, they're trapped on the streets. Rain or shine. Rain or shine. These people are unwavering in their sugar consumption. Look at this person. His life is already very difficult. In broad daylight on workdays, these people just sit on the ground like this. Also don't know what they're waiting for. I have only seen this scene at the entrance of our village. Old men and women like this. There are also some diligent people on the street, slowly cleaning up their surroundings. If a Virgo ends up on the streets, it would be truly painful. It must be said that the US government is quite ruthless. Not only crazily exploits and oppresses the world, it also does not spare its own people. Obvious problems are not addressed, allowing them to wander the streets. Even gave them the title of street explorer. But what's the use of this? Giving each other a grand excuse of not dealing with it. Just reasons for not resolving it.